acre piece of land in the outskirts of Embu town. Like many young people in Kenya, Paul and Joyce completed their secondary school education, but they could not get any formal employment. Through a boda taxi business and small-scale agricultural enterprises, they saved part of their income with Faulu Microfinance Bank. Eventually, they were able to access loans that have turned their fortunes around.
Wakati tulikuwa tumeingia kwa hii chama, tulikuwa chini kiasi. Sababu hatukuwa tuseme hii mambo ya loan ili tusaidia kununua vitu aina mbalimbali. Tuseme niko na gari, niko na power saw. Na hapo mbeleni nilikuwa na pikipiki. Hizo zote mambo tuko nazo na ni Faulu wanga inasaidia kwa sababu wanatupatia pesa tunawalipa kiwango kidogo. Na mi wanga naona tukisaidika.
With success in agriculture, they have diversified to other businesses, which ensures sustained incomes.
Mimi ninafanya kazi ya kupasua mbao. Ninapasua mbao, ninauza pia nina kazi nafanya sasa ya taxi ambayo sasa ninafanyia kutoka Embu mpaka Carolina. Ndio sasa huwa nafanya mimi yangu sasa, hiyo ndio niko nimeingilia.
Through its various partners, the Profit Project is giving many such families a brighter future and creating a new breed of employers across the country.
Hapa nina wafanyikazi, wanaume ni 3 na wamama ni 2. Manake hii mira lazima ifunikiwe, ilimiwe na itolewe mashimo round.
Wakati tutakapomaliza hii loan ya gari, sasa tutaingilia loan kubwa tununue shamba ingine ili tuwe tuna mahali ya kufanya kazi, hata tunaweza ajiri watu wengi sababu nitakuwa nafuga ng'ombe wengi, nitakuwa naweza kuajiri watu wanafanya kazi huko shambani.
The Business Support Service subcomponent is aimed at individuals with limited business experience and inability to link with markets and financial service providers.
So we train them on entrepreneurship, and we are hoping at the end of the day that after this entire program, they'll be able to really have an impact on their business. They'll be able to articulate what their business is all about. They can easily walk to a bank, access financing with that document, with a business plan, and also any other investor that is interested in their business.
Beneficiaries include small and medium enterprises such as agro dealers, commercial farmers, and others working in the dairy, livestock, cereals, and horticulture value chains. Lota Farm in Makueni County is one such farm. A visit to the farm reveals huge potential in the region to produce world-class citrus fruits.
With the assistance of Profit, they are assisting us to arrive to a bankable business plan, which document we can table to any financier for financial assistance. Yes, and definitely when we access finances, we are going to change our lives. Like in my case, I am going to look for a reliable water source whereby I can irrigate my farm. Yes, and definitely when I irrigate my farm, through that I also have to increase my workforce. And definitely when I irrigate my citrus trees, I will get more yields. And definitely my life will change, life for others will also change, and we will have prosperity.
Business support services are enabling the target groups to effectively manage their assets, market their produce, and increase employment. The financial graduation subcomponent is being implemented through 2 non-governmental organizations, Boma Project in Samburu County and Care Kenya in Kitui County.
Since this is a rural poverty program, we found out that there are farmers who are so poor that they cannot interact with financial markets. And thus we have the financial graduation component. We start with a series of interventions that enable them to graduate to a point where they can interact with financial markets. Series of grants, series of consumption support, and enable them to start their own enterprises over a 2-year period, which would enable them to graduate and be able to start savings and borrowing from the financial markets.
It is aimed at supporting the poor households who are unable to access financial services because of lack of skills and productive assets and qualify for the government's social transfer assistance.
There's a lot of mobilization that's been done by the project. Identifying of the beneficiaries was carried out in a very noble manner because the local leaders were involved. The beneficiaries were identified through participatory process where community were involved, and therefore the other thing that was done was to train these community members on how they are going to manage their resources, which was a noble idea. It was not just a matter of giving out money for free. It was training them, giving them financial management skills, record keeping skills, and even giving them capacity building on participatory rural appraisal, which is also a very important idea that has been undertaken. And this has been done in collaboration with other partners, like the government, because we have the chiefs, we have the village administrators working with them, and therefore this is a noble idea that has been taken over by the county as a whole.
Some beneficiaries started retail shops, others sheep rearing, while others started hair salons. For Sarah Marianne and her group, poultry farming was their business of choice.
Wamefunza sisi kitu mingi sana. Kasi ya kuku ni mzuri kuliko hata ya mbuzi. Kwa sababu hata sisi anafuka mbuzi, lakini sisi tuliona tu kasi ya kuku analeta biashara vizuri. Kwa sababu mbuzi anakaa hata mwaka mzima na hakuna kitu anarudisha. Sisi tuliona kasi ya kuku anaweza rudisha ile faida sisi anataka kurudisha.
Through financial graduation, beneficiaries received mobile phones and National Hospital Insurance Fund cards, which has improved communication and access to quality healthcare services. Franca Lelenguya chose to work with her husband. They used part of the money to start a small retail shop, which she runs.
Wakati sasa nimepata hii pesa ya mama, sasa naona sasa mabadiliko hata kwa nyumbani kwangu, kwa sababu nilikuwa hata ninaishi ile nyumba sasa na nimeona mabadiliko kwa sababu hata sasa niko ndani ya mabati, na nashukuru sana wenye walilete, na hata pia kadi ya hii NHIF nimepata. Sasa hata nafikiria tu naona tu mabadiliko kwa watoto hata wangu na mzee yangu.
Her husband, on the other hand, buys scrap metal which is made into spears, jembes and other products which they sell.
Kwa sababu unajua sasa hiyo pesa nilikuwa nimekuja ningeambia mama tugawe hiyo pesa mara mbili. Wewe ufanye zingine ubande ya unga na ubande ya chakula tuseme ya duka vitu kama hizo. Mimi ninunue zingine material. Nunua material tuseme kama material ya shilingi 3,000 hivi. Ninakuja kununua hizo mamkuki. Kununua hizo mamkuki unajua ingeweza kurudisha faida tuseme kama ya shilingi 3,000 tena. Faida ya hapo hivyo. Lakini watoto wanapata mapasi mzuri na wanapata kukua, na hata pia mimi nitaandika tena kwa duka tena ya mama, na ninashukuru sana kwa sababu naona ninasukuma maisha yangu sasa iko afadhali kuliko mbeleni.
So far we have covered 50% of the target. We expect to have covered the full target by June 2019. Our approach is to make systemic changes, to demonstrate to the banking sector that yes, agriculture has perceived risks, but there is business in agriculture. That the banking sector can use their own resources to lend to farmers, which has been demonstrated to deliver more in poverty reduction than any other sectors.
Beneficiaries of financial graduation continue to leverage the technical training, financial literacy skills, life skills, and health linkages from the program, which helps them maintain their progress into sustainable livelihoods.